local flights, really short haul things coming through. They're regularly scheduled. The weather's atrocious, but look at all these woods here. That's some decent shelter. I'll be back for my sleeping bag in a bit, but one trip at a time, so it doesn't look like I'm carrying too much along this barbed wire fence. Okay, there's some good shelter here. Good view of the runway. Seems pretty dry too. Lots of trees for the hammock. That's what I like to see. So I got my sleeping bag. It's in a garbage bag, so it looks less suspicious. Looks like I'm just littering instead. But the wind, it's a little gusty. You know, probably 12 knots here. In the woods, it should be a lot more calm. And I've got to get out of this rain. I've got a big sleeping bag today because I don't want to be cold out here, and I'm already starting to get a little wet. I'm going to set up here between these two trees. There's a lot of these little branches in the way, but that's okay. It'll give me more stealth. I'm really excited to get under this tarp. Sounds like another airplane taking off, so go check that out. Okay. This is pretty good. It'll keep me pretty dry and really hidden. I'm going to put everything into this hammock, zip it up. I'm going to check out the little airport lounge because, believe it or not, they got one. We'll do a moderate stealth test here as well. So not far away from here. Doesn't have that much of an appearance to it. There is a road right on that side there. And of course the airport is right there. And from here, yeah, you got to be pretty much there before you can see anything.
Living with opioid addiction can be a struggle. Supplicate with Counseling is for adults with moderate to severe opioid addiction who have started treatment with a dose of oral buprenorphine or are being treated with buprenorphine. Supplicate may help you keep moving towards recovery. Supplicate continuously releases the medicine buprenorphine all month with no real daily ups and downs.
Look at that. Looks great to me. This video is a little plain, so it might not take off, but we're just having fun tonight. That restaurant / lounge is all the way across the runway, so there's no shortcut across that. So I got to kind of brave the rain here. The wind is really bad once you're out of those woods, so I can't wait to get to the airport. Just about there.
Right there?
Yeah, that's great. Thanks. Right, that was a good way to warm up. I'm going to hit the restroom here because of the T factor. I'm going to head back out to my spot in the woods. Due to all the music playing, I was not able to really film any noise in there, but had a beer or two, watched a few planes, taken off and landing. They got the landing lights on now, which they seem to only do when there's a plane landing, so there could be something coming soon. They're trying to save electricity or something. Fine, I'll walk in the mud. Oh no. My famous cluster knot came undone. Gonna check on everything, make sure nothing's too soaked. Things don't seem bad at all. Kept the sleeping bag in this garbage bag. That was already in a compression bag, so that's good and dry. Inside of the hammock, there's a little moisture, but it's so windy. It should dry it off real fast. Now I can feel the thing sagging quite a bit, so I want to keep the hammock low because the lower it is, the stealthier it is. This will be all right tonight. My head's going to be at this end, so I really want to pay attention to the cord line of the hammock. And right now it's slanting down. It's looking a little better. That's one of the less obvious shelters I've ever done. I've done some pretty obvious ones, except right there's a road on one side, right there. And on the other side, there is an airport runway. Here. And I'm stuck in the middle with you. Hammock is drying out awesome. I was originally going to do the cot with a little tarp over top of it here, but with all the rain, I had to change my angle of attack so that I could stay comfortably dry and cook under here without too much of an issue. And this is beautifully stealthy to use in a situation like this. Obviously, time for a step two. Today's is a Wingman by Ace Brewing Company. It's local-ish. Perfect. I don't have to be too stealthy cracking a beer over here, other than that walking trail. So this one's a pale ale. This airport seems to be the type that's only active during daylight unless there's an emergency. That really works good for me. Lots taking off and landing when I was in that pub. So I haven't seen anything out here yet or heard anything, but I really did stall and miss having a pint at the pub. If I knew I could count on that pub to be open, I would have had some dinner there, but I brought some food with me as well. We'll get that cooking in a little bit, and they've turned on some pretty big lights at the airport here.
This is summer with the Nissan Summer Sales Event, featuring the award-winning Rogue and Pathfinder. Now more affordable. Hurry to a Nissan dealer today.
Co-pilot, make a quiz for my astronomy notes.
You got it. What type of galaxy is Andromeda?
Spiral.
What does a spectrometer measure?
Light.
And when was your essay due?
Still really windy. Not a lot of rain, but a lot of wind. And that's okay. Hunkering down here, it's cozy, and I don't want to be walking around too much because there's that trail right there. And if somebody sees me, things could really take a nosedive. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. The runway lights are on. I thought they only did that if there's a plane coming, from what I saw so far. Let's check it out. Those weren't the runway lights. They were just normal street lights I thought were the runway lights. I'm losing my excuse pretty fast here. Somebody asks what I'm doing. Normally in the daytime, I can say, I'm a big fan of aviation. I hate aviation. I'm scared of flying. But if anybody asked, I would just say, yeah, the Cessna. Everything's a Cessna in these airports. You're going to buy it. I got a new flashlight specifically for this trip. I'm not going to talk about the brand or anything like that because I'm not here to sell flashlights. I'm here to sleep beside you in the airport. But it's controllable from my phone. So I can go like bright or not bright, or I can change the color, etc. So this one actually does what a lot of people talked about, which is a red light. Now, I'm going to give a quick reason why I don't do red lights when I'm camping, which seems very smart and stealthy, except that I'm colorblind and I don't see well in red light. So by the time I can see what I'm doing with this light on, it is so bright that the airplane is going to think that's part of the runway, probably. So I don't play with that. I'll just keep it as low as possible. There's green light spectrums on here. I can mess with it quite a bit. And I'll let you know more on this flashlight as I experiment with this a little bit more. But I can put it all the colors of the rainbow. Which, yeah, I don't want to signal any emergency planes to land or anything because I'm right by the runway with a fairly bright light that does a number of colors. Okay, it's dark, which leads me to my next point, the ever so dreaded stealth test. And I got a unique system today because that flashlight's controlled by my phone. So I can turn it on from out there on the trail and see exactly how obvious it is. You know, this airport is a little intimidating at night because of all the lights they have on. I get the feeling they're not going to see my little flashlight. I have it pointed away from the airport. So, from out here on the trail, I'm going to turn on the lights and we're going to see just how bad it is because it's in those woods there somewhere, and I'll just blast it. So I can see that kind of through there. Turn it off, turn it on, turn it off. But yeah, you're not going to see that from there. And going down this way, on. So